My people, what's going on? So today's episode is on how I improved my vertical jump by 15 inches. Now, I did this in the span of 2 to 3 months. Okay, a tough 2 to 3 months of training, but when you train the right way, you get faster development and more permanent development. Now, we're just gonna hop straight into the video, but what you can expect from this video is we're gonna cover what type of training I did, what type of things I did from the explosive work, stability work, injury prevention work, etc. We're also gonna cover how many times a week I train, my training splits. Having proper training splits is the number one way where you can develop. When people have bad training splits, this is how they get overworked. This is how they get injured. Okay. And this is also how you slow your development process down because your muscles are always working on fatigue. Then we're going to take a good look on inside of my workouts on what I was doing in terms of how many reps, how many rests in between each set and stuff like that. Okay. So we're going to cover these topics, get you a pen, get you a notepad so you can take some notes. All right. So number one of the main things that I focused on was developing my ability to produce force as fast as possible. You want to make sure that you teach your body to produce force as fast as possible in the vertical plane, in the lateral plane, in the linear plane, in all planes. When you literally train your body to do these things, this is how you increase your velocity. This is how you increase that power force output. All right. That's what literally puts inches on your vertical. Okay. Speed and power are directly correlated. Speed is power. Power is speed. Those two things go hand in hand, and those two things correlate perfectly with each other. So as you can see in some of these exercises that I'm doing, these are lightweight focused. I'm teaching my body to transfer force in the vertical plane as fast as possible. And in these exercises, all we're focusing on here is speed. You want to focus on speed. A lot of people do these exercises, but they do it lackadaisically. You want to make sure that you teach your body to transfer that force as fast as humanly possible. Now, number two, stability training. This is the most slept on type of training out there. Okay. This is what gives your body a solid base of support to produce force from. Okay. You have to give your body this solid, stable base so that you can produce force as fast as possible, so that you can transfer force in all planes, so that you can move efficiently within your sport in general, whatever sport you play. Now, I train a lot of NFL, MLB, hockey players, tennis players, everything, right? And I've witnessed the most strongest players have the weakest joints. And those two things can't coexist. And if they are coexisting, it's only a matter of time before injury occurs. Strong knees, strong hips, and strong ankles is what you want to develop. I'd recommend the weakest person to do stability training for 2 months on end. They'd be stronger than anybody else out there lifting heavy weights, just for the simple fact that they're actually strengthening their joints, and then the surrounding muscles, the stabilizing muscles, are working and growing as well. And this in turn will give them such a solid base to just be able to operate on a daily basis from, especially within their sport. So as you can see in these exercises, all we're doing is putting the ankles, putting the knees under tension. We're putting the hips under tension. We're putting these body parts under tension, building the joints, building the surrounding muscles. This is how you teach the quads and the knees and the hips and the ankles to be strong. I'm spending a lot of time under tension with these exercises, and I'm still being explosive. And now you can take a look with this exercise. I'm still being explosive on my way back up. I'm going down slow and controlled. I'm stabilizing at the bottom, but then I'm exploding up. This is what you want. I'm so mad that I didn't capture more exercises to show you guys, but yeah, I have tons of stability exercises on my other videos on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. But yeah, stability training is so key. And let me tell you, there was about 1 to 2 weeks where I did only stability training, where I put my joints, where I put my muscles under tension for longer periods of time with heavy weight, with light weight, and body weight. And within this period of time, I improved my vertical by 3 to 4 inches. And I didn't jump one time. I didn't run one time. I didn't do anything but stability training. Stability training is what will get you to that next level, especially if you're already strong. Okay. If you're already strong, doing stability work, really forcing your body to hold up under tension, that's going to take you to the next level. I know I'm rambling a little bit about this, but this is my favorite one. Now, three, heavy weightlifting. I'm a huge fan of heavy weightlifting. Okay. I love traditional weightlifting. I did a lot of deadlifts. I did a lot of squats, front squats and stuff like that. I love those type of exercises. Now, I've been on record saying a lot of people should be lifting a lot of lightweight fast, and I still stand by that. I think that you should teach your body to transfer force as fast as possible with lightweight, because that will take you to the next level. But traditional weightlifting is beneficial and it's necessary. I have all of my guys do it, including myself. Now, I want you guys to see me doing this exercise. Now, I'm doing a concentric exercise, teaching my body to produce force as fast as possible using heavier weight. Okay, this isn't lightweight for me at all. Now, as you can see, I'm being extremely powerful. I'm being extremely quick with the exercise, or as quick as possible for my standards. Okay, and I think that I'm doing this pretty fast. This type of work is what really teaches your body to be strong. Now, concentric work is when your body's already loaded. Okay, and when you're already loaded in that concentric position, in that seated position, you can't use the eccentric stretch to help you produce force. So now you're teaching your body to actually produce force from the ground up. All right, and that's why I like concentric work a lot for developing power. But in this exercise, you can see me really producing that force. This is the type of work that I spent a lot of time doing. Then I would use contrast with this as well. I would do something like this, and then I would go and I would do seated box jumps and transfer that force non-weighted. And using that contrast is a game changer. And now I'll seg my way over into contrast training. Contrast training is when you go from a heavy lift to a light lift. For example, if somebody was doing some heavy squats, right when they were done doing the heavy squats, you just go over and do a regular box jump or a jump squat, non-weighted. Okay, that's what contrast training is. And now lastly, hip mobility training. Hip mobility training is the greatest thing that you can do as an athlete or non-athlete as well. This is what helps you access the muscular that you actually have located within your glutes, within your quads, within everything going on in your body. Hip mobility is everything, okay? I need y'all to understand that. As athletes, hip mobility is everything. This is what helps you prevent injury. This is what helps you run faster. This is what helps you produce more force. This is what helps you be more explosive and jump higher. During this process, I spent tons of time mobilizing my hips because I've struggled with tight hips all my life. When I played as an athlete, even now as a personal trainer, when I'm doing my Road to Duncan journey, I've struggled with tight hips all my life. And doing hip mobility work has allowed me to reach heights that I never thought I would reach ever in life. Now I'm going to put some examples up on the screen. As you can see, I was putting my body through active ranges of motion, okay? Now I spent a lot of time stretching. I spent tons of time stretching as well, but you got to make sure that you're putting your body through active ranges of motion. You got to put your hip joints, you got to put everything through active ranges of motion, because when you are jumping, when you are playing your sport, your bodies are going through active ranges of motion, okay? And so you got to get your body used to that. Stretching is good and stretching does help, but you have to make sure that you serve both parties. And yeah, as far as reps and sets and everything else, when it came to the explosive work, I spent a lot of time making sure that my explosive work was very efficient. When you're doing explosive work, especially with lightweight and heavyweight, you want to make sure that you keep the reps low. Sets can be on the higher end, but the reps have to be low so that you can operate every rep at 100%. Okay, so for example, when I would do my jump squats, when I would do my lightweight jump squats or box jumps, all of these things were operated at 4 to 5 sets of 3 to 5 reps. Okay, you keep it within that 3 to 5 rep range, because if you get to that 10 rep range, what happens is your muscles start to fatigue. If your muscles fatigue, now everything slows down and you can't produce force as fast as possible. All right, because it's all about speed. It's all about being explosive. And if your body's not training explosively and it's training tired, you're not developing anything at that point. All right, so you want to keep it within that 3 to 5 rep range so that you can be at 100% or close to it. And now with stability, you want to make sure that you put your body under tension for longer periods of time. The more time spent under tension, the better. Okay, so you have to make sure that you understand that the more time you spend under tension, the better. This is what builds that strength within the joints, within your muscles. And then with my training splits, I want to make sure that you guys don't go off the wall with your training splits. Your training splits can't be all over the place. It has to be organized and it has to be efficient. Everybody's in a rush to develop, and that's the number one key to getting hurt. You can't have your training splits Monday through Sunday and every day you're working out. It doesn't work like that. Development doesn't happen like that. You have to give your body parts time to recover. You have to give your body parts time to rest. All right, you have to. Otherwise, this is how you get injured. This is how you create injuries, by working out every day. So, for example, the way I did my training splits on this road to Duncan, on this road to developing my vertical by 15 inches, was I would work out on Monday. Monday would be my heavy day. Okay. Monday was my heavy day. I would do front squats, deadlifts. I would do regular squats. I would do all types of things, teaching my body to produce force. And on that Monday, I would do a lot of hip mobility and stuff like that, and stability as well, to prep my body. So from there, I would take a couple days off. I would leave my legs completely alone. I wouldn't go running. I wouldn't go jogging. I wouldn't go jumping. I wouldn't go play ball or nothing. I would give my legs complete rest for multiple days. My legs are completely refreshed. Then I come back on Thursday, and now I'm ready to produce force. Thursdays will be my heavy plyometric days. Now, on those days, I'm teaching my body to produce force as fast as possible. I'm doing my lightweight jumping. I'm doing all my plyometrics, and I'm making sure that I'm being efficient within those plyometrics. I'm also doing a lot of stability work. And then I'll take another break on Friday, and then Saturday I come back and I do some heavy injury prevention work. With the injury prevention work, I train my ankles, I train my hips, I train my knees, I do mobility work, I do stability work. And then from there, I take a rest on Sunday, and then I'm right back to it on Monday. And then week to week, it'll switch up here and there based on, what I got going on in that week in terms of the days that I train. But that's just a good basis of how I structure my workouts. And on those off days, you can always do some active recovery. You can always do some active hip mobility and stuff like that, just to keep your hips loose. But that's just a general rule of thumb to make sure that you're giving your body enough rest so that you can optimize your workouts. Because if you're not letting yourself optimize the workouts, then you're not going to develop. It's as simple as that. But yeah, if y'all got any questions, please comment, reach out to me through DM or Instagram. Other than that, Much love. God bless. Appreciate y'all as always. Please like the video for your boy. Please subscribe to your boy because I see a lot of y'all watching, but y'all don't even subscribe to me. What type of stuff is that, man? Come on. But nah, peace. I love y'all.